over 75% of my channel's total views came from just a handful of videos. So I analysed the titles and the thumbnails of all of my best performing YouTube videos to see what it was that they had in common. And what I found completely transformed how I'm going to package all of my videos going forward. If you're making good educational videos that are just not getting enough clicks, then keep watching, because the 3 lessons that I learned could transform your channel as well. So first of all, there is one thing that every single one of my top 7 best performing YouTube videos had in common. And that is that the packaging of those videos focuses on the problem that the audience has, not the solutions inside the video. The number one biggest mistake that educators make when they're packaging their videos is that they focus too much on the techniques or the solutions inside the video rather than focusing on the problem that drove the audience to that video in the first place. So here's an example from a specific video that blew up my channel back in 2024 and got 2.5 million views. The original packaging for this video was something like best alternatives to punching, because those were the solutions inside the video. And then literally 5 seconds before I posted the video, I thought, right, what is the problem that would make someone interested in this video? And I realized that the problem was that they're probably scared of punching someone, either because they think if they punch someone, they're going to make the situation worse, or they're just not physically capable of punching anyone. So I changed the video's packaging to reflect that problem, and that video went viral and our channel exploded. Here's another one. So this video is basically about preemptive striking, okay? How to hit someone first. Instead of focusing on the solutions in the video, which would be literally the best preemptive strikes, I asked myself, right, what would the problem be that drove someone to be interested in this video? They're probably worried that if they don't know what to do when they're about to be attacked, then they'll just freeze up and get beaten up. So voila, I packaged the video to reflect the problem. How to gain an advantage when someone is about to attack you. The second thing that some of my very best videos do is they create curiosity through contradiction. One of my best performing videos of all time literally says "don't swing" in big bold letters next to an image of me holding a stick, which doesn't really make sense when you think about it. This is a technique that I've used a couple of times to create immediate curiosity, to compel people to watch my videos, and you can do the same thing. Make a statement in the video's packaging that goes against widely held opinions or beliefs. Think about, what do people believe to be true in your niche that you know actually isn't? And then use the packaging to show that contradiction. You can clearly see it here in the split testing. People chose the thumbnail that had the contradiction in it over the ones that didn't. I did it again with this video where I said don't punch, and I advocated for slapping instead. And you can clearly see again that the thumbnail that had the contradiction was by far the most popular. You can do this with new videos that you're planning or old videos that you've already made. Think about, does this video deny or contradict any widely held opinions or beliefs? And if so, make sure it's reflected in the video's packaging to create that curiosity. Now, this next thing I did got one of my videos to 2nd place on YouTube's top 100 hype charts in November 2025, and I netted almost 250,000 views in the first 24 hours. And that is to make or remake your videos in response to big news events. If there is something big happening in the media that is related to the type of content that you make, then you can capitalize on the extra interest generated by that big news event. You can make a new video in response to a news story, or you can even remake an old video that you published at a time where there was less interest. Now, to be crystal clear, I am not talking about making clickbait for tragedies that have happened in the world. I'm talking about helping people find information that they are actively searching for anyway, because some big news event has brought extra attention to that topic. For example, I made this knife defense video in 2024 and it did okay. But then in November 2025, there was a big knife incident that took place in the UK, and it drew massive attention from the media. And consequently, then lots of people were searching for information on how to stay safe in a knife attack. So I just remade a very similar video to the one that I published a year before, and because of the extra interest, it absolutely blew up. I did the same thing here, so I made this video 3 years ago. It didn't do very well at all. I then remade this video recently in response to a big news incident that drew a lot of attention to learning that particular skill, and it did really well. If you're using a big news event, either good or bad, as a way to help and educate more people, I can only see it as a positive thing. Now, if your YouTube channel is growing, but your bank account is not, then you should definitely check out this next video here, where I explain exactly why that is and what you need to do about it.